Welcome one and all to the Cine Geeks podcast where movies, TV, and all things geek collide. My name is Roy, along with my lovely co-host Angela.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey Angela. So for today's episode, we are going to be talking about a movie that came out this week. Okay, we're recording this on a Thursday evening. So this came out yesterday.
Yesterday.
And that movie is GG the Movie, or Good Game, starring Donnie Pangilinan, Maricel Laksa, and Baron Geisler.
Yes.
Yes, so this movie is released by Star Cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
In cooperation with MediaWorks, APG, and Create Cinema.
Create Cinema, yes. All right. So, before we continue with this review, I just want to let you all know that you can follow us on all of our social media accounts at CineGeeksPod.
Yeah, that's right.
Except for TikTok, which is at CineGeeksPH.
Yes.
And we also have our website, www.cinegeekspod.com.
Yes.
Okay. So, without any further ado, okay, let's go ahead and talk about GG, Good Game, the movie. Okay, so just a real quick rundown ng kwento netong GG. It's a take on the sports film or the sports genre na we've seen so many times before. Pero binigyan siya ng esports twist.
So, ano ba yung mga movies under sports genre?
Of course, yung mga classic natin dyan, yung Rocky, yung Real Steel. Although
classic.
Boxing siya, pero robots, pero sports movie pa rin yung counted doon.
Yes.
Ano pa ba? Yung mga
Ako, I'm thinking
replacements.
Mga Coach Carter.
Pwede.
Ganyan.
Pero mas more drama kasi yung Coach Carter about yung siya yung tumatay yung tatay ng mga ng mga bata eh.
Ano ba yung movie na na parang Build It and They Will Come? Parang
Field
ganun.
of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, yon.
Parang ganun.
Is that a sports film? Yung mga baseball?
Siguro, oo. Ako, I would personally consider that a sports film. Pero kasi, ang mas parang archetype ng sports film genre, yung talagang mamimit natin yung protagonist natin as somebody wanting to rise up doon sa chosen yung sport. Which in this case, in this movie, we meet Seth, played by Donnie Pangilinan.
Mm-hmm.
And his gamer tag is called Escape.
With a K.
With a K. So, he's one of the best players of a game in movie universe. Ang pangalan is Requiem. Na parang medyo parang may pagka-Valorant.
Yung parang 5v5 siya.
5v5 na parang Counter-Strike, parang gano'n. Actually, nakakatawa nga kasi dun sa yung, sabihin ko siya na siya sa'yo, na yung, di ba, sa Counter-Strike, merong counter-terrorists, may terrorists. Yung pangalan ng mga quote-unquote police doon sa Requiem, Metrocom, di ba? Tapos pangalan ng mga terrorist, Laya. So, mga Laya versus Metrocom.
Di
ba? Sana nga, totoong game, tong Requiem. Parang astig eh.
Ang ganda nung nung in-game, UI.
In fairness, okay, pero we'll get to that later on. Siguro, before we continue any further, I just ask you, what did you like, what did you not like about GG Good Game?
What I liked the color grading. Right off the bat, naramdaman ko kaagad yung pagka-digital niya.
Okay.
Parang the same feel as when you watch The Matrix. Ganon. It knows na it is a movie about technology, about gaming. So, yung kanyang overall aesthetic follows that.
Okay.
So, you really know na it is a tech film, an esports film. Tapos, I like the characters. I like how Donnie was able to channel yung introversion ng mga gamers and yung may sariling mundo na parang, alam mo yun, laging lumulutang ang isip dahil nga they're playing the game in their heads all the time.
Sobrang nilang envelope na yung game na lang yung kanilang world na they know they are parang happy in.
Oo, kasi
tayo, ganun.
Same.
Bata tayo.
I mean, I can relate, definitely. Kasi napapanaginipan ko nga yung mga games ko eh. Pumapasok siya sa subconscious ko. So, I know how consumed he is.
Yes.
Dun sa game na yon. And especially yung struggles din niya sa personal life niya. I like how pinakita na sobrang emotionally, siguro not showy, ang mga gamers in general.
Oo.
Kasi nga, binubuhos nila lahat ng ng emotion nila talaga dun sa game. Yun yung escape nila eh. So, perfect nga yung name niya eh, Escape.
Perfect yung kanyang gamer tag name talaga.
Yeah, I like Donnie's performance as loner, introverted gamer. Kasi sobrang na-embody niya talaga yun.
Actually, yung speaking of the characters, nagustuhan ko kasi nakakatuwang makita na yung script itself wrote these characters na hindi lang si Seth, pati yung kanyang mga fellow gamers, yung sila Ace, si Patrick, si Kev, at saka si
Extra Rice. Hindi ko maalala yung pangalan niya, sorry.
Hindi ko maalala yung kanyang parang person name niya eh, sorry.
Yung in-game name niya.
Yung out-of-game name niya.
Out of game pala, sorry.
Hindi ko matandaan. Pero yung pinaka natutuwa ako nung pinapanood natin siya, I mean, I've been following the esports scene, pero more specifically para sa Dota 2. And makikita mo na yung team nila was representative of every single parang esports player or esports professional player na nagtatry mag-make ng name for themselves, or in some cases nakapagawa na ng name for themselves, katulad nung yung si Ace. May nakita ako dun na similarity sa kanya dun sa player ng OG sa Dota 2, yung si Ana. Yung sobrang tahimik lang, tapos kapag aayain na tara game na, sige. Yung palaging mumble yung sagot.
Pero sobrang sure of himself.
Oo, pero sobrang galing. Ganun si Ana eh.
Ano din ba siya? OG. Sniper din?
Hindi, Dota 2. Iba naman game yun. Tapos yung mga may loud na mga personalities. Yung katulad ng si Kev. Yung si Kev naman,
yung influencer.
Yung si Kev naman, parang hindi ko alam kung nakita mo to. Yung may isang Dota 2 personality naman, ang pangalan si Sir Action Slacks. Na siya yung gumagawa ng content. Although hindi naman player si Slacks talaga na pro player. Mas more personality siya dun sa Dota scene. Pero yung ganun na hindi far-fetched yung mga personalities na nilagay nila sa script. And sobrang na-appreciate ko na the script really respected and made sure na authentic yung mga tao, yung kung paano yung katulad ng sinabi mo kanina na kung paano yung kanilang asta, kung paano sila talaga siguro behind the scenes, hindi ba? Like nakikita yung mga pro players behind the scenes. Pero yung as gamers, we know na we're introverted by nature. Talaga.
Yeah. At saka natuwa din ako dun sa mismong tournament eh. Kasi we've watched ESGS. We've been to some tournaments na may show doon. Tapos napansin ko na ganun nga talaga kung paano nila i-cast yung game as it happens. Tapos yung dalawang team na naglalaban na nasa stage na alam mo yon, parang it's nice to have an insight kung ano yung nangyayari talaga dun sa tables na yun sa stage.
At saka yun nga, i-add mo na dun sa authenticity ng pagkaka-present ng esports scene. Kasi pwede siyang maging parang sobrang how do you do fellow kids nung pagkaka-present niya eh. Pero yun siguro yung strength nung creative team behind this. Directed by Prime Cruz. Written by Cruz with Hannah Pangilinan and Pamela L. Reyes.
Yes.
So, yung kanilang pagkakasulat nung characters, nung environment, nung presentation, nung everything.
Event nga din.
Sobrang may level of authenticity na na-take aback ako. Actually, in all honesty, bago natin ito pinanood, I was, hindi naman siguro parang ready to write it off. Pero more na, sige, ito, may magtatry na gumawa ng esports film, ganyan. So, I thought na it's gonna be parang what a big multi-billion peso conglomerate's idea of the esports scene is, na alam naman natin, yung mga nasa tuktok ng mga conglomerate na yun, yung mga matatandang out of touch. Pero, yun nga, based dun sa pedigree nung movie and yung the work behind the camera, the people behind the camera, sobrang within the first siguro 20 minutes pa lang parang mapapanatag ka kagad eh.
Kasi alam mong legit.
Alam mong in good hands yung production na to, itong scene na to.
They know their thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. What did you think about the other supporting characters na hindi yung mga gamers, like yung sila Maricel Laksa at si Baron Geisler?
Actually, they provided the heart of the movie.
True.
Kasi even sa role ni Baron Geisler, he could just be a stereotypical sensei, parang ganon, na watch over dito sa group of misfits na to. That's so common in anime, 'di ba? And yung mga ganyang team dynamic na element sa movies. Pero I love na hindi siya pinlay up for, too much dramatic scenes na parang sobra na niyang, I don't know how to use any other term, pero parang teleserye.
Yun yung pinaka-biggest thing na wala dito is yung teleserye feel usually na nasa mga Star Cinema movies.
Oo, kasi I was expecting na, since this is Star Cinema, yun yung tropes. Actually, to be fair, Filipino cinema tropes naman yun.
True.
So, you're kinda wired to expect na, okay, they're gonna inject this dramatic scene between the characters dahil ito na yung peak ng emotion
Ito yung pambenta nung drama ng scene.
So, may mga monologue na sila, may mga soliloquy na sila. Pero, alam mo, yun yung dramatic moment between the coach and his team during their rock bottom, talagang sobrang may authenticity din siya. And it was done with restraint.
Tsaka yung may isa pang scene dito na si Donnie, si Seth, and yung si Patrick, played by Gold Aceron, na after a particular setback for the entire team, nagkaroon sila ng opportunity to speak with each other. Na silang dalawa lang. And without going further into detail doon sa discussion nila, it's something that gamers, whether pro, amateur, casual, hardcore, pinagdadaanan yun lagi. Yung ganon. Hindi imposible. And siguro if a-factor in ko doon yung sinabi mo kanina na some Star Cinema films have a tendency to be too much with the drama. Pero dito talagang ibabalik ko yung praise nitong restraint nitong specific scene na to doon sa authenticity nung script nila Pangilinan, ni Reyes, and ni Cruz, na they let it play out like how teenagers going through puberty would handle that conversation. Hindi siya yung tipong mayroong mag-grandstand, hindi siya yung tipong mayroong mag-make ng mga grand gestures na parang, pare, ito yung gagawin natin para hindi na mangyari yung nararamdaman mong ganyan. Hindi, para siyang, essentially nga, a few words were spoken. Tapos, essentially, the scene ends with them parang nodding to each other na, yeah, I know what you're going through. Tapos siya, parang siyang yung tango niya parang, thank you, para. Alam ko naintindihan mo.
It's not yun. Like, here we are, 5 people standing in a circle, na parang, alam mo yun, yung sobrang tropey tendencies na it's just too easy to, diba? It's too easy to just do that. Kasi ina-expect na rin ng tao. Pero I love that they controlled it. The emotion is controlled the same way na sobrang in character niya sa gamers na they're very much in control of wala namang outbursts masyado kapag personal
Ang outburst ng gamer nangyayari in-game.
In-game, oo.
So yun yung pinapakita dito talaga.
Totoo yun.
Yung struggles ni Seth to control his temper leading the team.
Oo.
Totoo yun. Oo. Ang isa pang nagustuhan ko is yung characters ni Kev tsaka ni Extra Rice na yung si Johannes Risler. Sana pinonounce ko na tama yun. Johannes Risler. Hope I pronounce your name right. At saka si Extra Rice, si Eggy Boy Flores.
Yeah.
Yun nga kung kaano mo man maisulat na maganda yung role, hindi pa rin siya mag-work kung yung acting isn't up to snuff doon sa writing mo. And natutuwa ako kasi na-embody nila yung mga archetypes ng mga gamers na gano'n.
They sold it.
They sold it talaga. Alam na si Kev, natatawa ako lagi tuwing yung kung saan siya naglalakad meron siyang monopod na hawak-hawak lagi. Ready to make content. Nakatawa naman ako parang tayo din.
We know some people.
Yes. Ouch. Pati din tayo. Sorry. Tapos yung si Extra Rice, yung si Iggy Boy, na yung gano'n lagi kang sa tropa, laging merong isang, yung talagang may 3 bag ng chichirya sa tabi ng computer.
Nakarelate ako dun sa Magic Flakes.
Di ba? May Magic.
At saka yung...
At saka pinakagusto ko yung may bote ng Mountain Dew sa tabi ng computer.
Tapos, andun yung naglalaglagan yung mga crumbs. Sobrang legit yun.
Sensin yung, ito.
Alam mo, may kulang doon. Dapat may Royal din. Tsaka Pansit Canton.
Ayun. Kaya sabi ko nga yung Pancit Canton kasi, pag nasa Mineski lang yan. Sige, maano muna tayo. Labasan tayo ng age dito.
Oh my God.
Yung mga comp shop nung panahon natin, yung Mineski, yun, sila lang yung nag-serve ng Pancit Canton noon. Tapos...
Uy, meron ding maliliit na computer shop. Kasi nung high school ako may ganun.
Oo, pero sabihin ko yung talagang mga big chain na talagang magaganda yung computer. Na tipong yung mga 27-inch yung flat screen. Tapos,
sorry naman.
Tapos, nung panahon na yun, mga naka 3060 pa yung graphics card. Ganyan. Yung talagang pang-gaming talaga. Yun. Tapos, tag nito. Yun naman, sa TNC, doon naman yung mas back to basics yun. Talagang chichirya tsaka soft drinks lang yun.
May kape din?
Minsan C2. Wala. Ang kape galing doon sa mga 7-Eleven sa tabi ng TNC.
Pero, doon naman panalo yung mga maliliit na computer shop na pinupuntahan ko.
Mga
kasi
naka-stylo na baso.
Oo. Pwede ka magpatimpla ng kape doon. Kasi bahay din yung loob nun Garahe nila yung computer shop.
Actually, may nadadaanan pa nga tayo dyan pa nag-drive tayo papuntang, saan ba to? Yung sa may malapit sa City Hall dito sa Mandaluyong. Yung parang yung buong ground floor ng bahay, computer shop. Nakikita ko yun Anyway, yung ganon na talagang grabe yung level of authenticity, even in the acting, especially in the writing. Tapos yung aforementioned, yung color grading sinabi mo. The cinematography by Noel Tihanki.
Yeah.
We were discussing this with our good friend Mark, aka Maganda Ba Movie, on Instagram.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yes, our regular shout out. Oh, hi, Mark. Sabi niya na yun ang ganda ng mga shots, grabe yung transitions na yung...
We won't spoil anything.
Oo, pero yung from real life, example lang, halimbawa, yung makikita mo na from real life, magta-transition siya at bigla to conversations with somebody in cyberspace. Ang ganda nung napakalinis, napaka-seamless nung pagkaka-shoot, nung pagkaka-frame. And ako, personally nga, sabi ko nga kay Marcus, at this point, Noel is just showing off. Talaga. Talagang, kung yun doon sa A Very Good Girl, nakapag-flex siya nung kanyang galing sa lente ng sine.
Yeah,
yung sa Very Good Girl, composition nga, yung puro talagang painting ang painting yung mga shots doon.
Yes.
Ito naman, sobrang, sabi mo kanina, parang siyang mala-matrix, yung kinetic energy ng mga shot na...
And yung neon, I love that neon. And yung konting, niya,
actually,
parang may glare.
Hindi nga lang siya, hindi nga lang matrix yung niya, yung parang inspiration sa ganun Para siya ding, Cyberpunk 2077.
Ooh,
ganun din. Yung ganong
aesthetic.
Yung actually ganun yung aesthetic na nakikita ko doon sa Requiem. Parang ganun. So, parang isipin mo, Manila by way of Cyberpunk 2077. Parang siyang ganun. Damn. Ang ganda. Kaya nga,
I'll play that game.
Go ahead. Meron na tayo dyan. Naka-imbak lang. Anyway.
No, I meant Requiem.
Requiem.
Oo, if it existed.
Ay, sana. Also, shout out to RoboShip Studios and Malas Studios. Kasi sila yung VFX teams nitong GG Good Game. And talagang grabing chef's kiss yung pagkakagawa nila nung in-game sequences talaga.
Ay, masingit ko lang ha. Kasi matagal ko nang iniisip pagkapanood natin kahapon. Kung ano yung parang live action and then meron ding in-game reality na pinapakita. Naalala ko yung Mythic Quest.
Yeah, actually. Oo, parang ganun.
Oo. Pero mas more yun about programming the game.
Oo.
And designing the game.
Oo.
Pero yung parang switching between the live action, yung mga actors, and then yung in-game na graphics na sobrang Sino bang gumawa nun sa Mythic Quest? Ubisoft. Parang ganun yung feel nitong GG
galing, kaya nang tatapatan pa. Actually, pa nga kasi yun dun sa Mythic Quest, yung ginawa ni Ubisoft dun is parang mga
snippets lang
siya, yung mga tipong transitional clips. Yung from one scene to another. Ito, full in-game sequences ang ginawa nila. And talagang parang pwede bang gawin nyo lang game na? Konti na lang. Paki-code na lang po please. Tapos yes.
Mukhang nandun naman na yung bones ng game.
Bebenta sa Steam yan, promise. Anyway, as for the other characters, ako personally, yung pinaka na-enjoy ko din yung character nga ni Baron Geisler. Basta yung coach nila.
Ay, by the way, I like na nung pinapakilala sila, yung parang 8-bit na nila,
may
persona
para
nila.
silang stat sheet nila.
I love that detail.
Gusto ko yung yung dun sa yung kay Extra Rice, yung parang hindi pa tapos kumain. Basta may something na ganon.
Gusto ko tapos yung kaibigan ni King Badger.
Yung si Kev yun, yung kaibigan ni King Badger. Meron ng 1,000 followers. Nakakatawa.
Stat sheet no?
Pero yun nga, yung kay Baron, yung kanyang character na yung coach nila, at saka yung parang / team manager nung Tokwat Bad Boys, yun yung pangalan ng kanilang
sobrang witty nun.
Tokwat Bad Boys, yung pangalan ng kanilang team.
Tapos kahit sila mismo na kornihan.
Oo. Pero may magandang payoff yung name nila. Di na natin isuspoil yun sa podcast na to.
Mm-mm.
Pero as for Baron, I appreciate na he went back to playing roles like this. Kasi ito kasi yung before everything. Ayoko nang ungkatin. This is not the podcast and we're not that kind of podcast. Pero it would be a disservice to commending him na hindi natin i-recognize na he has been through tough shit. Yun.
He's been through a lot.
Been through a lot.
Pero kasi yung talent nandun pa rin.
Ang galing
Talagang he's a chameleon.
Diba? Kasi,
he can transform into anyone.
Oo.
And anything.
At saka, yung napaka-reminiscent ng role niya na to doon sa mga early teenage roles niya nung yung kasama pa niya to sila Stefano Mori, yung mga ganun, yung mga sila Carlo, yung sila mga batang mga teen idols nung 90s na nagkukulitan lang sila. And
it's nice to see him have fun in a role.
Yun. Oo. Kasi,
siguro that's what you're getting
I think that's what I'm trying to say. Kasi, recently
puro siya kontrabida, puro drama.
Oo. And I would think na it's also taking a toll on him na parang hindi siya makapag-relax on the job.
He felt relaxed in this movie.
Everyone, most especially him, looked like they were having fun.
I love his reactions, especially dun sa mga yung in-game events na nangyayari. Tsaka yung dynamic din niya with the team.
True. Siguro last na lang. Ang hirap kasi pag-usapan ng ibang characters without spoiling the movie. So, siguro I'll say na lang na some of them were great in their roles. Some of them were serviceable. Pero I would single out siguro si Miss Boots Anson Rodrigo. Yes, so hindi na siya Rowa. Miss Rodrigo, her short but very impactful role as yung lola ni Seth dito sa movie.
Stays with you.
Especially kung ikaw yung tipo ng teenage gamer na you grew up in a household like that na walang parents pero andun yung lolo.
Laki sa lola.
Laki sa lola and yung lolo at lola mo talagang in-encourage ka to pursue your dreams. And some of our friends that we spoke to
affected din sila
talagang that was what really hit them hard. There is one aspect to this film na I can't talk about.
So don't.
kasi ito lang naman sabihin ko. Ayoko i-spoil kung ano yung parang big reveal na itong scene to kasi there is one.
It's a very good
reveal. We honestly did not see this one coming. Talaga. As in. Pero kung merong maaapektuhan doon sa relationship ni Boots Anson Rodrigo and ni Donnie Pangilinan as yung lola and apo, well, I think I'll leave it at that bago pa ako may masabi pang spoilery pa.
Yeah, pero
it's better than may mas magtatap pa doon. And siguro gabi yung unexpected na emotion nung nitong
grabe.
Basta,
waterfalls.
True. Yun.
Waterfalls ka doon.
Yes.
Super. Let's just leave it at
yun
that.
Siguro,
pero we did not expect this movie to be this good.
So good. So good talaga.
Kasi in the conversation of sports films, it's usually just one template, di ba? One formula, syempre, you form this group of misfits and then you pit them against a strong team, sila yung underdog, and then you put them down, tapos the stakes are high, and then all or nothing game.
Yeah.
So, yun lang naman yung formula, pero yun nga, they injected an esports element to it, and they did it effectively.
Yes.
And authentically.
So much. Authentically, effectively, and
na sobrang appreciated from us gamers.
Yes. I don't think I can add any more to what you said. Okay? So, for us here at the CineGeeks Podcast, okay, we're gonna give this movie, GG Good Game, a solid A. Talaga, watch it. Kahit sabihan pa kayo nung sinihan na kayo lang yung manonood, sabihin kayo na, okay lang po ba na kayo lang po mag-isa? Pilit nyo pa din. Watch this movie because this deserves everybody's support, and yung if Star Cinema sees na there is an audience for movies like this, then we will see more movies like this.
Exactly.
And siguro ito, sige, it's not a secret na the last Star Cinema thing that we talked about, we really didn't like kasi nga sobrang niyang derivative to a fault. Ito naman din kasi,
albeit successful.
Oo, pero kasi, eto, sige, sasabihin natin na, ang dami naman mga, CineGeeks, ang dami naman mga ibang sports film na ginawa noon pa. Bakit? Ano bang kinaiba nito? Walang nakagawa ng esports film from the perspective of the pro players pa. Na tama, matino, at authentic. And this is it.
Sobrang treated yung esports industry with dignity.
Yes, hindi siya parang told from the perspective of the
normies.
The normies or the nanays and the tatay sa parang, kaka-computer mo yan. Hindi.
Oh my God.
Actually,
yung linyahan.
Actually, ito nga, natutuwa nga ako kasi isang linya lang yon doon sa buong sine. Tapos, hindi na siya binalikan ulit. Na parang, sinabi, hindi pa nga ganun ka-severe eh. Ang sinabi lang niya parang, Seth, baka pwede namang mag-focus muna tayo sa studies. Tapos, yung gaming mo, pwede namang sa susunod na lang yan. Hindi pa nga siya yung parang, kaka-computer mo yan. Yung ganun.
Mas malala pa nga yung naririnig na.
Diba? Hindi nga naririnig eh. Pero, some other time. Yan. Anyway, anything to add?
Wala naman na. I think we covered everything.
Yes. Please see this movie.
Yeah.
When it comes. Actually, it's out in theaters now. Okay? Wherever you watch your movies. Wag sa wag sa torrent wag. Manood kayo sa sinihan. Ha? Be good boys and girls. Okay? Sige. I guess that's it.
That's it.
Okay. So,
for GG.
WG. Oo. Yes. GG well played. Star Cinema. So, that's it for GG. Good Game the movie. Again, given an A. Solid A. By the CineGeeks Podcast. Okay. So, well, that's it for this episode of the CineGeeks Podcast. Again, this has been your host, Roy.
And Angela.
And thank you once again for joining us here where movies, TV, and all things geek collide.